participating here today. My name is Matar Ibrahim.
Hold on,
Matar.
hold on. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
Are we redoing this?
First of all, thank you for participating here today. My name is Matar Ibrahim Matar. I'm former MP from Bahrain, based here in DC. When we talk about Bahrain, things are deteriorating in Bahrain, and the regime in Bahrain is taking much more harsher steps against the human rights activists and against the Bahrainis in general. Recently, U.S. government was officials from U.S. government were visiting Bahrain with a senior diplomat, Tom Malinowski, and he was expelled from the country. He is trying to come again, and Bahrain government are refusing to schedule any meetings for him. Such kind of a behavior from the regime in Bahrain reflect how they feel confident about their policies. Another signs for deterioration is the crackdown on the political societies, which are kind of the political parties in Bahrain. The major opposition parties are threatened to be suspended or to be closed. One of the society, Amal Society, the leader of this society is in prison, and now they are arresting the remaining leader of Amal Society. Al-Wifaq and Wa'ad are also threatened to be suspended. When it comes to human rights defender, after releasing Nabil Rajab, now they are arresting Maryam for fake accusations, which again reflect this kind of confidence that they are immune from any kind of opposition and stand from the international community. A major indicator for deterioration in Bahrain also is revoking the citizenship from Bahrainis. Many Bahrainis lost their citizenship, about 31 lost their citizenship even without going in a trial. It was just a decision by the Interior Ministry without even going in a trial process. Recently, those who were accused for violence or any kind of activism to call for democracy, they started to revoke the citizenship from those who are charged with accusation related to their position toward reform. All these issues is going on, and we are seeing the chaos that's going in the region by ISIS, for example. When we want to address the problem of sectarianism in the region, when you want to address the issue of terrorism in the region, we cannot isolate it from the human rights issues in Bahrain. When U.S. government tolerate irrational responses and irrational policies from its ally in the region, this is the core reason for sectarianism and the core reason for terrorism in the region. So the solution starts from here, by addressing the human rights violation in Bahrain. And thank you.
Thank you. Political prisoners should be free.
Political prisoners should be free.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Political prisoners should be free.
Political prisoners should be free.
So is there any advocacy that people can do with their representatives if they're not from DC? Are there any initiatives that they can look at?
Yes, sure. Yeah, on different levels, the human rights organization should communicate continuously with U.S. government, and they should address this deterioration and call U.S. government to stand in front of these violations. U.S. government cannot have a strong foreign policy if they tolerate those violations from their allies and talk about the human rights in Syria and Ukraine and with Russia. U.S. government should have one standard and should speak openly about all these violations. So the human rights community here play a major role to talk about this issue. Another issue is with the Congress. The Congress is far away from addressing those problems in Bahrain. And when U.S. government doesn't have any pressure from the Congress about those policy, they will just continue.
Jesus.
And also on the state level, it's important to have the advocacy not just in DC, because this issue is really matters to U.S. When U.S. doesn't have a stand against a human rights violation, as I said, sectarianism and terrorism will spread in the region, and it will affect all, even U.S. So U.S. has a role in this and has an interest if things fixed in Bahrain. When we talk about these violations are increasing and keep more space for much more violations, and this put the credibility of U.S. government on much more challenge to justify their policy with those regimes. When it comes to a country like Syria, for example, U.S. may be accused to be passive without having a position. The situation in Bahrain is different because U.S. has a position. U.S. government has a position. U.S. government is supporting the most extreme element inside the ruling family. They are communicating regularly with the defense ministry in Bahrain, which are considered to be the major branch of the ruling family, who are supporting the policy of sectarianism, who are supporting the extreme voices, the sectarian voices, to participate in election and win in the election. They are promoting these radical voices. And if U.S. government is backing such kind of element inside the ruling family in Bahrain, this doesn't help U.S. and of course it harmed the Bahrainis. So currently Bahrainis are harmed by U.S. foreign policy. It's not about being passive.
One, two, three, four.
No more torture.
No more torture.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Free Abdul Hadi.
Free Abdul Hadi.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Free Abdul Hadi.
Free Abdul Hadi.
Free the political prisoners.
Free the political prisoners.
Free the political prisoners.
Free the political prisoners.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Human rights defenders should be free.
Human rights defenders should be free.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Human rights defenders should be free.
Human rights defenders should be free.